Hi, my name is Sky Rice, and I'm from Reading, Pennsylvania.
I'm Wyatt, and I'm from Alaska, Anchorage.
I'm Belle, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Alright, what is the biggest culture shock that you experienced upon coming to Boulder?
I came from a school that was over 50% African American. Definitely that was like the biggest culture shock, was it was just like there isn't as much diversity as I thought.
The biggest cultural shock here is that people are nice. And the thing I miss the most is probably the ocean.
I don't think it's as diverse as where I'm from. Pennsylvania has a lot of different people from all over the world, and I feel like Colorado, to a large extent, is white. Reading has a pretty high crime rate in the city. It's like one of the top in the country for small cities. So coming to Boulder, there's not as much theft. So yeah, that definitely differs. It seems like most people at the University of Colorado have either had an MIP or know someone who's had a couple. Boulder police are very focused on substance abuse, whereas at home they're actually focused on real crime and people that are, in danger. And here they're very targeted towards individuals who maybe had a little bit too much to drink.
The thing is like native population, we have like an oil thing where the amount of oil they pump out of the ground, they give you a certain percentage of that every year, and it's called the permanent fund dividend, so you get like free money for living there.
We have a ton of parades. Like, we have the Thanksgiving Day parade, we have the middle of the week parade that it goes on sometimes. It's like, basically if there's any sort of occasion whatsoever, even if it's like some nondescript holiday that nobody knows about, there will be a parade for it.
Absolutely, a lot of Pennsylvania is pretty rural, so as soon as you go about 15 minutes from Center City, Reading, you're like in farms and cornfields. There's a lot of Amish as well in Pennsylvania, so that brings a lot of different cultural aspects with religion and food, and they have a separate language as well. They speak Pennsylvania Dutch. Rock climbing is not as big in Pennsylvania as it is out here because we don't have mountains like that. There's like Stover, a couple other places that people kind of scale cliffs, but it's not anything like out here.
Boulder is like, let's go skiing and rock climbing and hiking. Everybody was like, let's go skiing, and I'm like, I don't ski. Let's go snowboarding. I don't snowboard.
There are a lot of street performers here. There are some at home, but normally it's like down by like the subway station or kind of spread out throughout the city, whereas here it's like on every street corner.
Do you think that the changes in culture have made it harder for you to adapt as a first-year student? No. All right.
People here are a lot nicer, so it's not like dealing with a bunch of people that don't want to talk to anyone.
Do you think that the difference in culture has made it harder to adapt as a first-year student?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean,
The health fanatics in Boulder is something that we do not have in Reading or in Pennsylvania, really. Pretty much everybody eats meat where I am. If you are vegetarian, you're definitely like kind of looked down upon just because so many of the foods have some aspect of meat in them, whereas out here you're almost looked down upon if you haven't tried being a vegetarian or a vegan.
And do you think that having that culture shock makes it hard for students to adapt to their new colleges, and that it makes it hard for them to succeed as students?
Yeah, I definitely do. Besides just missing your family in general, you definitely miss the state where you're from and things that are like really familiar to you. So that definitely makes it a little bit harder to transition.